Okay, in the third case, you have the force going from A to B. The amount of the force is actually has a magnitude of FAB. Now, if you talk about the direction-wise or vector-wise, that in the vector, we can say AB is equal to B minus A. Is N minus the start all the time. Now, in 3D dimension, XB minus XA, that would be the X component. The Y component will be YB minus YA, and the Z component will be ZB minus ZA. In order to find the unit vector of it, we just divide this by the length of the vector. The length of the vector is root square of first component to the power of 2 second and the third. And on the top, I have their differences that I put them here. XB minus XA, I put it with the I, correspond with the J, correspond to the K. Now, if I want to find the component of FAB, all I do, I actually multiply the magnitude of it to the UAB. Okay, let me just to do one example to clarify about what I'm talking about. Before I do any example, I'd like just to ask you, how can we even find the XA, YA, ZA? How can we find position of different points? So let me open up a couple of problems, and then in those problems we will discuss their location. Okay, in the question you can see on the screen, in this question, can you tell me what's the position of point A is? Again, this is x-axis, that's the y-axis, and that's the z-axis. What's the position of point A?
Isn't it 0, 0, 6?
Very good. All of you were in agreement. 0, 0, 6. So what's the position of point C? No, 2, 3, 0. That's the correct one. You see, the 2 is parallel to x-axis. Alright? 2 is parallel to x-axis, so this will be 2, 3, 0. Now, if I move on to point B, in point B would be 3 on the x. Right? On the x is 3. On the y is negative 2. It's not 2 because in the back of the y. And then on the z will be 0 because it's on the floor. So let me show you another problem. This has actually become a little bit of, require a little bit of thinking when we solve a problem like this, which require us. So what's the position of, a little bit of zoom out, what's the position of point A? The point A is on the wall of XZ. Right? Is that? So what is 0? Okay, the y is 0. Okay, that's good. And the z is 2. Perfect. So we got 202. It looks like a phone number. 202. Call 1-800-SAM-202. So if you go to B, what's the position of point B?
4, 3, negative 4.
Exactly, 4, 3, negative 4. We are getting there, right? As we can figure out the position, we can actually do that. So let's just solve this problem that we can see it on the screen, right? This problem that we can see it on the screen, I'm gonna move it to the paper, then solve it. We already found the position of the 2 points. The point A is at 2, 0, 2. The force is going to point B, and the point B is 3, 4, negative 4. I already have that. And then the length of the vector is 630 AM or PM Newton. Okay, let's go back here. In this case, I want to go with those steps that I talked a second ago. So these are the steps I talked. I need to go through these steps. to get my answers. So the first step is, this is A, this is B. First step is to find AB. And AB is equal to B minus A. And the B minus A is 3 minus 2 for the first one, 4 minus 0 for the second one, minus 4 minus 2 for the third one. So if I calculate this, I'm going to get equal to 1, 4, and minus 6. So meaning that if you go from point A to point B, you go on the X for 2, sorry, 1, you go 1 on the X, 4 on the Y, and then minus 6 on the Z. So I have the AB. The next step is to find UAB. So unit vector of AB would be equal to, so you find the length here, right? The length of this one would be equal to 1 divided by 2, 4 to the power of 2. I can put minus 6 to the power of 2. I don't care. Any number, even negative, positive to the power of 2 will be positive. I'm going to just put here 6 to the power of 2. So the answer for this, 36 plus 16 plus 1. So 36 plus 16 plus 1, it becomes 53. So this will be root of 53. Now if I do UAB, will be 1I plus 4J minus 6K divided by root of 53. So to find FAB, so I'm going to say FAB in the vector format, I'm going to put the arrow on the head of it, is equal to the magnitude of it, which is 630, into this, into 1I plus 4J minus 6K over root of 53. Because I'm lazy, I'm not going to do this by this by this. I'm going to just divide 630 divided by root of 53. So 630 divided by the root of 53. I'm going to get 86.5. So it would be 86.5 into that. So you multiply each of them by that numbers to get your final answer. So 86, the first item will be 86.5 I plus 346 J minus 6 is 86.5. 86.5 times 6, I get 519 minus. Here you go. We converted the force, this force of 630 has this component on X, this component on Y, and this component on the K. So X, Y, Z. We found the three components of it. I'm going to look into the problem that I gave you on your homework. In this case, I want to represent FAB. So force of A, I don't call this A. I'm going to call this AC because it's going to go from point A to point C, and then I'm going to call this one FBD because it's going to go from point B to point D. FBD. So can you help me with the position of A? What's the position of A? Okay, I'm still waiting. 004 is on the pole, right? Is on the pole, on the origin, 004. What's the position of C? There is a 4. You are good on the 4. No, there is a 1. You are good on the 1 too, right? It's 1 if the 1 is not on the right side. Minus 1. Very good, very good. So minus 1, 4, 0. So what's the position of point D? Put all of your brains together. And 3 is not on the x. 3 is parallel to y. Okay, minus 3 for the y. And 0 for z. So let me put another example here. This is the example that we discussed, right? We found the A was 0, 0, 6. The position of C was 2, 3, 0. What's the position of B?
-3, -2, 0.
No, 3 is negative. 3 is positive. 3 minus 2 and 0. So if I want to find force AC, so I'm going to say FAC. If I want to find that, first I will find AC. So AC is equal to C minus A. It will be 2 minus 0, 3 minus 0, and 0 minus 6. So I got 2 here, 3 here, minus 6 here. Then I can find the length of this, right? 2 to the power of 2, 3 to the power of 2, and 6 to the power of 2. So I have 36 plus 9 plus 4. It becomes 49. And the root of 49 is simply 7. So we can find UAC is going to be 2I plus 3J minus 6K over 7, right? This 7 is coming from there. That's the root of it. So this, in order for me to find FAC or FC, FAC is equal to magnitude of FAC times UAC. The magnitude is 420, and that's the unit vector, 2I, 3J minus 6K over 7. So this with this is crossed out, you get 60. 60 times 2 is 120I plus 180J minus 360. Okay, that's easy. So let me stop the recording